Hey guys, how's everybody doing? So I got a couple things, and then we will get to your science video. So let me bring them up real quick. I got that one and that one. And, oh God, what's going on? Yay, Sean Anderson. Right. So I gotta announce these things, and then we can get to your science video. Oh my God, Leo Historia 13. So. Let's get rid of that and that and that. Should I leave that up just for shits and giggles? Make sure that I'm actually logged out of Discord. Yeah, we're good. Oh my God! Shit happened. It was weird. Okay, so first thing, GF Clothing Company. If you use the discount code fiauratank, no capitals, no spaces. Oh my God! Stop it! It's a good day for humanity to suck. Anyway. If you use the discount code fiauratank on the screen right now, you get. I'm gonna get pissed off at you. You get 15% off, and 20% of the total sale goes to me, as well as 10% going to the charity they support, which I'll show you guys is Guide Dog. They provide guide dogs for people who are blind and partially blind. So that is available. I think it's some really neat stuff here. I really like this shirt. I kind of want to get it in pink just because, like, that looks awesome. But anyway, go check it out. See if you want anything there. And remember, code fiauratank. Next thing, I will be at Colossal Con, September 8th through the 10th in the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. Here's the exact address right here. The website is colossalconeast.com. If you want to come, that's amazing, because I'm doing 3 adult panels on Friday and Saturday night about anime. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Last thing, I am at Ponyville Cider Fest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm there as a community guest, which means I need you guys to show up. They haven't officially announced me yet. It's going to be coming out very soon. I've already signed the contract, but I would like for you guys to show up. Show you guys some of the other community guests real quick. We have Nicole Oliver. I've already met her, and that was a fun conversation. Tabitha St. Germain, Jay Fosgit, Andrew Francis, and Britt McKillop. But they're waiting to announce these, and this is where I'm going to go. I'm also doing a boatload of panels, but I need you guys to show up. I need at least 10 of you to be there. And if anybody wants... in on the BabsCon vendor table, you get a free badge, but you do have to sit in the vendor hall during vendor hall hours. But you do get a free badge to the convention. Let me know immediately, because today is the last day you can put in for that. Anyway, that's all the announcements. That's everything. Hope you enjoy your science video. Moving on, let's see how old ponies are. Hi guys. So real quick, the fun part about this is the fact that the recording from TrotCon is a total failure. It's not going to work. So I'm re-recording this for you guys because this panel's been presented. So, Science the Flank. How old are these ponies? Let's find out. Now, I have to tell, the quick disclaimer part, this is all theory. Until the show confirms it for me, this is scientific theory. I could be wrong, and in science, it's okay to be wrong. So who am I? I am Fiaura. You're here watching this on my YouTube channel. You know, you should just get the gist of this and understand it. But let's get into how do we determine the age of these ponies? Now, this has not been edited properly. Obviously, because I'm a horrible person. This is the beta version of this because it's the one I have on my computer here, not the one that I uploaded to Google Drive. I'm a terrible, awful human being, and I should feel bad. But we have a lot of references we need to use to determine the age of these ponies. This includes the comics, the Wonderbolts Academy, the show itself, and several official fictions outside the show. In addition to this, we have Spike's birthday cake, which has 13 gems on it. Spike's 13 in his birthday, as far as I can tell. And we have Fluttershy saying she's a year older than Pinkie Pie. Clip 1.
Pinkie Pie, about this party for Gilda, do you really think it's a good idea? I mean, don't worry your pretty little head about mean old Gilda. Your Auntie Pinkie Pie's got it all taken care of. I'm a year older than you. Gilda!
Now, we also have Granny Smith, who goes over her entire story saying she's a second-generation pony to Ponyville, with Applejack and Big Mac being fourth generation. That gives me an idea of how many different generations are there that have created this village in which we see. We also have the clip where Derpy, the only instance in the show where she shows up as Derpy, and Rainbow Dash are hanging up the banners for the 3rd annual town festival. That means the town has officially been founded for 3 years. So,
Things were very different here in Ponyville. 'Cause there was no Ponyville. That's right, my little ponies. Me and my family were pilgrim pony folk back when I was a little filly. Oh, we ventured far and wide.
So back from the clips, things we have to derive or never are able to see. We see a lot of older ponies, but we've never seen an old unicorn. There's one comic where there's an old unicorn, and she's several hundred years old. And we only see mentions of Star Swirl the Bearded or reference to him, but we never actually know how long he's been around. We only see one older Pegasus. Actually, it's two. Two total older Pegasi, and only one of which has a gray mane. We see a lot of Earth ponies. More than any other type, even in places outside of Ponyville. Except Cloudtail, which is just odd. Based upon this, we can begin to work out the age of each type of pony to some degree, and also come to some exact scientific numbers. So, this is the only old Pegasi we ever see. And he's a douche. Just being honest. So that's the only old one we ever see. Here is a population of ponies for this picture. Now, just a random sampling of the ponies in Ponyville. Here is where we can count the types. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pegasi. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unicorns. And it's 6 Pegasi. The rest, there's 38 other ponies in this picture, are all Earth ponies. What's going on with that? Unless there's something odd here, they should be 1/3 to 1/3 to 1/3. There's something odd here. How often are Cutie Mark Crusader episodes led by Apple Bloom? 6 out of 15 of the episodes are led by Apple Bloom. 4 are led by Scootaloo. 1 is led by Sweetie Belle, and the rest have other main protagonists. We don't see older unicorns. They seem like they don't exist. Why does Spitfire's mom look so young and we see so few older Pegasi? So here's Spitfire's mom. She has one little indication of age, and that's that little crease under her eye. Otherwise, she looks the same age as Rarity. And we see, here's the Cutie Mark Crusader episodes. I just mentioned this. So there's the ones that were Apple Bloom's the lead protagonist. There's the one where Scootaloo. There's the one where Sweetie's Belle. Just the one. And there's the others that are motivated by things outside of the 3 of them. All ponies mature at the same rate, but grow older at different ones. See the end of season 5. Pinkie Pie is abnormal, and we'll talk about her in another panel. Last week's science episode that we did, we talked about Pinkie Pie. It's there. It's laid out on the table. Done. But something suspicious is happening. So how do we determine the age of these ponies? Well, we know a Western outpost, how long a Western outpost on average took to make a town. So we know we can roughly estimate Ponyville was founded 41 years ago. Granny Smith is 2 generations in. That means you have first generation, you have second generation is Granny Smith. She was a filly when she moved to Ponyville. Using Spike's age of 13 years and the length of time to establish Ponyville, we can determine Granny Smith is 48. Hold the phone. She's only 48. And in the twilight of her life, she'll only live for another 3 to 5 years. Applejack is going to have to be replaced as a member of the main 6 3 times before Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash, and up to 22 times before Rarity. Spitfire's mom is older than Granny Smith by 7 to 12 years. I make all these statements and you're all like, wait, what? And I know you are. And I'm going to get into that. So let's talk about Pegasi and how old they get, and this will help you to see what I'm talking about. So, how old are Pegasi? We use the Wonderbolts and, well, their commanders to be exact. Alright, so that's the pictures of all of them and the mentions that we have from the Wonderbolt Academy book. Commander Purple Dart was leader during 4th Era. We know that Fairweather and Fairy Flight were alive at the same time, and Easy Glider was never in charge. We know Flash was just before Spitfire. Firefly founded them 1 year after Luna was imprisoned 1,000 freaking years ago. And we know they've had 11 commanders in 1,000 years, including Spitfire. So how do we extrapolate the lifespan of a Pegasi? Firefly was in the last third of his life when he founded the Wonderbolts because he is portrayed as already being significantly old. Spitfire is in the first third of hers. Instead of 1,000 divided evenly by 11, we have to assume that Firefly only gets a third of the rest of them, and Spitfire at most gets 10 years because she's, quote, recent. So, we have to do the math, and this math is actually complicated calculus. We divide 1,000 by 11 and get 90.9. Then we assume that Firefly only gets a third of the lifespan and Spitfire gets 10 years. So the in fact calculation is 1,000, the total number of years in which the Wonderbolts have been around, minus 90 or minus minus 90 times 1/3 plus 90.9 minus 10, all divided by 9 because we only have 9 commanders between Spitfire and Firefly. That comes out to 98.76. We add in the 12 years it takes them to mature based on Spike's lifespan to this point, plus 6 because 6 is when they are supposed to start school. Twilight mentions that 6-year-old ponies start magical kindergarten. Lastly, we assume 5 years for retirement. This is because we see older ponies still work. They don't exactly retire, but they do let others do more work for them. So we assume a very short retirement, and what we saw in Social Security was first implemented in 1933. That means 5 years. Total from birth to death is 121.76 years for a Pegasi. You're all upset with me, and I know it. This just got incredibly dark. Twilight is going to have to watch all of her friends grow old and die if none of them are able to continue surviving due to friendship magic saving them. Sweetie Belle will outlive the other 2 Crusaders and have to watch them pass long before she is even considering growing old. While dark, this does give deeper meaning to the characters' lives, actions, and reasons the way they act the way they do. Yeah, I know, you're all upset and angry at me, and there's angry comments now in the comments below. Go right ahead. The reason the other ponies are so go, 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 and do it now and party all the time is because they have short lives, and they know it. Pegasi are so relaxed because they know they have longer lives, and stuff will be there to do tomorrow. That's why they look at climate as opposed to weather. You'll notice that Applejack complains about having to have a rainstorm, and Rainbow Dash goes, we're long overdue for one. That's because Applejack is concerned with day-to-day weather, whereas Rainbow Dash is concerned with climate. That Rainbow Dash lives a longer life and therefore can see how climate changes or how climate needs to be maintained, whereas Applejack just looks up and goes, it's raining today. I have work to do. Dang it. The reason unicorns don't learn so quickly is because they are doing stuff for so very long. That's why every single Rarity episode, basically Rarity is making the same mistakes. Same thing with Twilight. She doesn't seem to get over the OCD because she's had it because she's basically developing it and going to be stuck with it for a very long time because she gets stuck in her ways. Unicorn's age. I admit it. I don't know. I've never seen an old one. I've seen one old one in a comic, and she was claiming to be over 3 centuries. Star Swirl ability is said to have worked for centuries, according to Twilight. Even Twilight's parents aren't depicted as being aging, even older than Spitfire's mom. That's scary. However, based upon how they act, they're slow to learn, slow to adapt, set in their ways, and also the enhanced effects of unicorn magic upon their bodies, they live much longer than Pegasi or Earth ponies. In addition to this, we see the fewest number of them in the background ponies, a concept in biology in that creatures that live longer produce fewer offspring because of how a food chain works. Biologically, you need fewer to continue your species. Now we get into unicorns' agelessness being the ultimate of grimdark. Prepare yourselves. They live a really long time. In the MLP universe, they would be elves. This means that they have to deal with a death a whole lot more. Often we see all of their friendship. Often they would see all of their friends die and have to renew into new friendships, only to have those friends pass as well unless they're other unicorns. This explains why many of Twilight and Starlight's friends are other unicorns outside of the main 6. They're not friends with different pony breeds. They're friends with each other. That's because they have the same lifespans. That's why the Cutie Mark Crusaders friendship is so special, is because they're different breeds and yet they have a very tight bond. That's why the main 6 is so special. Different breeds, tight bond. Whereas we see in a lot of other ponies, they're not different breeds. We often see Earth ponies walking beside Earth ponies, Pegasi flying around with Pegasi, Pegasi walking beside Pegasi, unicorns having tea together. We don't see a lot of the background ponies, and I've gone over all of the footage for this, like OCD style, because I have that. That's a problem. It's CDO, damn it. But we see it all, where it's the same breed being friends with each other or doing things together because there's this understanding that you have the same lifespan. And that's it. That's everything, guys. It's all the science behind this one. Go ahead. Hit me with your questions. Take your best shot. I'm up for it. Let's do it. As I said, I had to re-record this one because the footage from TrotCon was awful. Not TrotCon's fault. Don't blame TrotCon. Totally my cameraman. And I apologize to Arthur for having to say this, but you didn't do a good job with this one, and the audio for some reason was bad as well. I'm guessing when you were holding the camera, you had your hand kind of over the microphone, and that made it a little worse. So I couldn't use any of it. But yeah, ask questions in the comment. Let's talk about this. Let's get on. Let's get on this. Let's nerd this out. In the meantime, for my house to yours, this has been Fiaura, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Still here? Really? Alright, cool. You better be a patron. I'm just saying. Patron meeting, by the way, guys, I'm announcing this now, is going to be the 20th, unless something changes. 20th of August. And, yeah, thanks for staying till the end. You guys are awesome. There's your wink. There's another wink for shits and giggles. And that's me playing with an A10 that Emerald gave me. Yeah, I need to get a shelf. I have to get a shelf now, like right here, for all of these little knickknacks and stuff to go on. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye.